What's good, Sandboxers? We got another blog post for the month, so you already know what time it is. Starting off with the Sandbox mode, the official Sandbox mode is now live on the stable branch, meaning you don't have to be on the staging branch anymore if you want to play the game mode. Workshop models can now be installed straight from the cloud, as Gary states. While this sounds horrible at first, they've taken the steps to making sure that downloading any of these assets is as fast as possible. Matt, the lead programmer on the Sandbox dev team, also stated when answering a question about downloading models, technically you're not downloading them, but actually caching them, which is pretty cool stuff. Also, if you haven't noticed, there's also been some small details that were included within the blog post in this section, showing more of the new and improved UI. Also, I'm pretty sure we got a new sneak peek look at the work in progress version of the fizz gun that's in this picture. The mounting system is now a part of the game and officially supports Quake 1 at the moment, but apparently they have created a system where anyone can write in code their own mounts to support for the game. This is a massive game changer, as the list of officially supported game mounts is going to get even crazier. The next steps that Gary has mentioned in the blog post is that he wants to work on spawning weapons, tools, vehicles, and NPCs in the same way you can spawn in props, which could be from the cloud and without add-ons. Movie Maker is now in the Sandbox editor officially, as I have made a video covering on how to get started, as the Movie Maker is a very powerful tool for not only creating in-game cinematics for your Sandbox games, but also animations and machinimas for Sandbox. Some future updates mentioned in here are including adding IK controls, making animating characters more intuitive, thank you, and adding ways to export movies as video files, and thinking about how some movies can trigger game events from the timeline. The Sandbox editor has been changed visually to improve, giving more flexibility for Facepunch to improve the editor, making changes like scene mesh editing so it functions closely to how Hammer does, and improves the controls by putting them directly into the viewport. Most of these changes are really cool, and it's very nice to see, as by the time that you end up messing around with the Sandbox editor, it should be really nice to see how much has properly changed and how cleaner it looks. Serverside code is now a part of Sandbox, and for those that don't understand what this is, it's a very long requested feature that allows developers to run projects on dedicated servers with secure code hidden from clients. Let's get into our lightning round. New surfaces and decals have been added to the game. Line render has been improved, showing off some of the cool 3D looking rope as shown in this video here. Ragdolls are fully networked. A new wizard outfit has been added to the Sandbox store and will be available until August 15th. Water shaders have also been added to the game. And that leads us to our summary. Gary states that he feels that the team has a handle on the Sandbox project, and also felt before it was either lagging behind or not making any progress. But now that aspects of the engine have improved every single month, he's really happy where the team is at right now. He also states that shipping Movie Maker is a huge milestone for them, as it's very important that people can make animations, cutscenes, and machinimas within Sandbox, and also giving you the opportunity to mount other games he feels is something very special for this game. The Sandbox mode is good and is forcing Gary to make some real decisions to be made about how things work. He also states that in June of this year, they've paid over $4,000 to a couple of people who have made their games and maps, and in total paid out just under $30,000 from the Play Fund. On some closing thoughts that I have, I'm super excited to see that the Sandbox mode is now a part of the stable version of the game, meaning if you have early access to the developer preview, all you really need to do is go and download it, launch up the game, and Sandbox should be right there for you to go and mess around with on the game. While it is a little bit more bare bones right now, there still will be more features that will be added probably in the following months. And at the same time, it's looking like Sandbox's official release is getting closer and closer to becoming a reality. Unfortunately, there's no mention about anything else feature-wise about the game that's being worked on other than the Sandbox features that Gary is mostly focusing on at the moment. It seems like we're going to be getting more and more things leading up into the official launch of the game. That's all we really have for this video, but otherwise, what do you think about all this information? Feel free to leave a comment or start a conversation down below in the comments. And if you want to learn more about Sandbox, check out the most recent video that I've done right here. Thanks for watching.